It has been the Adam Sloss show. Like, KiLLa has been dominating everyone. Like, ever since I think it was like maybe his second game where he faced off against Wanted, he absolutely exploded, and he has been a different KiLLa ever since. And I got to say, if KiLLa keeps up this pace into another Boots on the Ground title, which we have Black Ops 4 coming up, we could see the return of KiLLa. But it's a lot easier said than done for that to even happen in the first place, just to transfer in. But Ghost is KiLLa's playground, that's for sure.
And it was back then, too, and I absolutely loved watching him, you know. But I could not be more proud of the people that I've been seeing tonight. Like you said, Goonjar, KiLLa. Neslo, in fact, has been turning up as well. Sharpisha has been going off, which, by the way, fun fact, Sharpisha has been a long-time name of him that he's been using, at least at the tournaments, which I always love that coming from Sharpisha. But Loony, of course, has been doing incredibly well himself. But, hey, it could go either which way. I'm excited for it. But, man, that B flag is going to, of course, be the hot contestant, and we'll see how it's going to go down between the two. But, of course, we're going to be starting off with MBoZe himself. And, you know, he's been kind of inconsistent, but he's been turning up. But we'll see if this game's going to be a little bit different. Miracles as well on your screen. He's going to get shut down. But, of course, domination right at the beginning is always chaotic.
It absolutely is. Of course, each team wants to have contention over that B flag, as it looks like swapping through a few different players, kind of see what they're rocking here off the start. It seems as if it will be the boys from Kaliber initializing control on the B flag. Can they get it just in time? And yes, they will capture it. It will come with the death, but a worthy exchange in the end. Regardless of that, though, one thing that I want to kind of point out, Taylor, that I have been kind of heavily harping on quite often has been the factor of chemistry. Both of these teams, to me, probably have the most chemistry of any lineup in the entire tournament. You talk about Kaliber, 3 out of the 4 of these guys play with each other throughout most of their entire career, being Goonjar, Loony, or excuse me, Goonjar, Sharp, and Neslo. Right. And then Loony as well joined this team back in Advanced Warfare and had a very long stretch with them as well. So you got to talk about Kaliber. A lot of chemistry, despite this not being the official lineup back from Ghosts. And then for Nation, right? These guys have played on multiple combinations with rosters. I mean, a number of different teams under different banners, but Nation was, of course, their most known one. These guys have been playing with each other throughout their entire lives and always are have been good friends outside of the scene as well. So these two teams, to me, you can't really compare when it comes into chemistry just because they both kind of have that. But one second, did Goonjar just pull up the, what's that, the SC-20, whatever it was called back in the day? I forget what it was called, but that was like the original meta gun, and I'm surprised that Goonjar even has that in his inventory.
I feel Goonjar, the way that he's been playing and how he's been going off, he needs a challenge. He's just going to go, you know, he's going to go with something, you know, a gun maybe that's not currently used. And he's like, you know what? They got to nerf me. They got to nerf the pink jar that I am, right? And that's kind of what he's going for. But, you know, Kaliber struggling a little bit, right? We see the team of Nation doing incredibly well currently, 38-24, as they've made a great break, and that CB split has been in their favor the whole time. We see Kaliber trying to make something happen just to try and capture A, but as I say that, Nation, they're going to be on top of that, giving the opportunity for Kaliber to try and capture B. It's going to be neutralized, but Miracles, he's not going to be slowing down. He can't be bothered with any of the mess that he sees in front of him, and I believe that's a 4-kill streak, and we'll see how much more he can get.
Miracles is just throwing them by the wayside. Is not stopping anytime soon unless his weapon just doesn't happen to have any more ammunition in it. Thankfully, finds another Vector off the ground, but a nade is how he ends up getting taken out for this game, and of course it comes at the hand of who else other than Goonjar. 8-5 to start this game. This man just doesn't have bad matches in Ghost anymore, Taylor.
No, he doesn't, and but even so, though, they're still trailing behind by quite a bit, so a lot of work to be done. We've passed the halfway point, and we're getting deep into the first, at least the first section of this round. MBoZe on your screen and goes for the 1, goes for the 2, and he's able to get it shot in the back, but doesn't matter. They still have the AB split, and they're in total control. As Kaliber has not been putting up too much of a fight. Yeah. You know, one thing that I would like to see them do, maybe go underground, try to sneak over to the C flag, kind of get that AC split, then force the team of Nation to rotate back so they can get control of the B flag. But at this point, Nation is shutting them down.
Yeah, it almost seemed like what we talked about off the initial, who can kind of get that B flag first. It was actually the boys from Kaliber who got there. But in the long run of things, right, we saw Nation quickly grab it back. They quickly, I think they put like 2 or 3 players on it and then kind of went from there. And they have not let go of this vice grip ever since. And that it's very evident in the scoreboard right now, 80-40, doubling Kaliber's score. And that is a very that's a very kind of awkward spot to be in. Granted, you know, Nation hasn't looked super strong in Game 2 Search and Destroys. They've definitely put up a fight in losing their last 2, but that is not a team in any particular sense of the word that you want to be down heading into a search and destroy against these players. Like I said, if you're a Kaliber fan right now, after this first half, you're hoping they can make a comeback because it is very possible they could be going down 0-2.
It definitely is. You know, one thing that we need to see Kaliber trying to do is just locking down the lanes. KiLLa, you see him on your screen. He's playing for Nation, and he's doing exactly what he needs to do with that AR. He's locking down that center section. He's not allowing Kaliber to push forward, and that's what kind of the roles that Kaliber needs to kind of put into play. MBoZe is doing a great job being aggressive, pushing up, but, you know, getting those kills, extremely important, right? Hey, but overall, though, what I like to see, at least as of right now, is that the team of Kaliber, we know they can slay out. If they can continue to do so, at least in the second round, we'll see maybe a huge improvement. But second half is going to be underway relatively shortly, but they've got a huge mountain to climb.
Wow.
Landon, can Kaliber make this comeback possible? The second half is about to be underway.
It's going to take a miracle for sure, as no pun intended by any stretch of the imagination, but man, Sharp, unfortunately, I feel like he's had a very strong game, or really a very strong tournament so far throughout every match that we've had him here on broadcast for. But 5-13 is just not going to do it, especially not going to make it happen in losers round 3.
Yeah.
But 104-53, that is a statement coming in from Nation. We talked about all their practice coming into this tournament. It is, without even a question in my mind, paying off. But off the start here for Kaliber, they need to establish this B control quick.
Sure.
They need to establish it heavy, because if not, they've got to play twice as good as Nation.
And I'd even go as far as, why not go ahead and push A? Like, try to take the aggression to Nation, force them to rotate back, take control.
Oh,
we know they can slay out. The trophy was extremely lucky because that nade came straight in, right? 108-57, B still neutralized. We're only 30 seconds in, and a lot of kills have gone down. Sharp, though, in a great position to kind of control this middle section, mid-tracks. We'll have a player challenge straight ahead. And, oh, that COD timing turns his back, but doesn't get eliminated.
Manages to stay up. Sharp could have swore somebody was behind him, but it might have been a fly. No, it's just MBoZe on the ground, soaring, and somehow finding an elimination in that particular sense. But KiLLa hopping on the flag. Nation wants these. They need these, and KiLLa right now 21-8, nearly makes it 22-8. Unfortunately falls, but man, that Remington in KiLLa's hands has been a wrecking ball for anyone who has been trying to face off against it. And we all love wrecking ball quotes, especially back from Ghost. If anyone remembers that meme,
Miley Cyrus. And yes, the meme. I got it. Who was it on the wrecking ball, mind you?
It was Patrick Price.
It was Price, wasn't it? Yes, it was. Oh, Patty aches himself on that wrecking ball. Unfortunately, they're
this is where we've come.
Unfortunately, they're out of the tournament. I wish we could see another wrecking ball image remade, but maybe there's going to be another player on that wrecking ball. We'll see.
Could be KiLLa.
It could be KiLLa.
Yeah, very well could. And I'd be totally fine with that.
I would be too, with the way that he's playing. Magnificent beard and all on that wrecking ball. Miracle's on your screen doing well. 5 kill streak, 21-15.
Jeez.
We talked a lot about KiLLa, but Miracles has been a one-man wrecking crew himself. Goonjar, though, I like what he's thinking. He's pushing underneath underground. Remember, I talked about this just a little bit ago?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind them pushing the opposite end of the flag. Put the pressure on, force the team to rotate back, and then take control of B. That was at least a common strategy. Still possible to make the comeback, but it's kind of getting away from Kaliber here.
Definitely is. Looks like they do get some nice team shots. No one actually in control of B for the time being, and that kind of sits well with Nation. As long as they're not at a disadvantage, they're good to go. It's currently going to continue to add into their favor as right now for Kaliber. And a permanent 1v2, of course, they have Nation to worry about, but also the time. And we'll see how well they kind of manage that. In some instances, as Neslo manages to find KiLLa on his backside, he's going to be grabbing A, and with no one at B right now, it actually looks like Kaliber players are going to be on B. Unfortunate timing for Neslo. Granted, they'll get B, but to no avail. A trip cap would have been huge for Kaliber.
Definitely would have, and that's exactly what they would have needed to make this comeback possible. But man, the team of Nation looks so incredibly strong. I mean, they are playing like they've been playing Ghost this entire time for the past 4 years. That's how they've been playing.
They haven't taken a break.
I'll be honest, they look great. They really, really do look good. And Neslo, there he goes, wins an important fight, and that's going to be on KiLLa, the man himself. And he does get the neutralization. Can he get the A flag secured? No, he cannot, but the neutral, they'll have to take it. But still, though, they have that CB split.
Yeah.
They're looking okay, but time is starting to waste away. Mind you, you only get 1 point per 5 seconds per flag you have.
Right.
And I believe that's, I don't know where my notes are, but that's like 38 points if you have at least a triple cap, and like 24 points for every minute.
Look at you.
I
Quick
did my
math.
research. I was casting this game live, baby. Bringing it back.
Bringing it back.
Learn that from
I got to say, TK are, like, they're doing the, like, they are doing what they need to, but it's just too late. Like, this would have been great earlier on in the game as Miracles just decided to go ahead and headbutt Neslo there, takes out his trophy in the midst of it. But they said they're going to fire in a trip cap. We'll see how well this does. Or, excuse me, they're just going to go ahead and nail down that flag. Excuse me, Nation will. But, like I said, man, like, Kaliber are doing what they need to, but it's just too late in the game. Like, they made the right steps. They're going underground. Neslo was trying to flank constant times, but it's just too late. Like, the score, I think, has gotten away from them too much.
They need a triple cap. They need a triple cap now. If they don't get it, they're going to fall a couple points short. 39 seconds remaining.
Like, they're pressuring great. Like, this is phenomenal
But this
stuff,
is too late.
Yeah, it's just like...
If the first half wouldn't have got out of control, this second half, at least with this pressure.
If their score wasn't doubled.
If it wasn't, it literally was. If it wasn't doubled, then how they're playing the second half would have been great. But too little, too late. As Nation look like they're going to take away with this, and rightly so. Look at KiLLa, 32 and 18.
But I tell you, man.
But then Ricky, you know, give him credit. Yeah, he's 23 and 22. He's got 8 captures.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when Ricky goes off, he does it in every single category. He does what is necessary for the team, even if that doesn't mean getting any captures. If that doesn't mean getting any kills, holding lanes. Ricky's willing to do it. And that's why I said he's one of my favorite players of all time, because he's the only guy to do that throughout his entire career. 25-22, 8 captures. To me, you're looking at kills, obviously, for KiLLa. In this sense, 34-19. But look at that overall score. 2,700.
It's insane.
For Ricky. Great stuff coming through. Overall team effort. Nation wins game 1. No surprise there after looking at the scoreboard.
Absolutely. Now, of course, we're going into Search and Destroy, and looking at what I've been seeing at least this entire time, Sovereign Search and Destroy. Another favorite of mine, of course. I just loved Ghost in general, casting it back then. If only Black Ops 2 would come back and be at least cross-compatible, or they would make a remake of that, my head would explode.
I would as well.
I'd be back to my roots, and I'd be loving life. But, of course, we'll deal with Ghost, as Ghost is just as good.
You're saying you're not loving life right now?
I love life every day. Even with the headache, I tell you what, I love life.
It's great to hear, buddy.
It is great. You got to be
positivity.
Happy. Positivity.
Shout out to positives.
Is way to go. Speaking of positives, KiLLa though.
Oh my God, man. Let
me ask you a question. I want to test your knowledge a little bit. And you already know this because you know everything. You're the cod burner.
Okay.
But
now hold on. I know I'm waiting for Swede to just mention in the chat right now. Swede is probably in the chat and is getting ready to expose right now. I'm not the cod burner. Stop saying it. I'm not.
I don't care. Shout out to you. Yes, but no, talking about it. As my buddy I deployed with, he's in the chat.
Shout out.
I want to ask you a question. The longest member on TK, who was it? The longest member ever on TK. He was considered the backbone
Should be Theory.
of TK. It was not Theory, it was Sharp.
Most in a row?
Yeah, Sharp was the longest standing member on Team Kaliber.
Until when?
For a while. I don't know when. Now you tested my knowledge.
Because I would say Theory was on the team.
He was on it for a while.
Theory was on the team.
And Sharp. It was Sharp, Theory, and what? Was it Neslo who was like the core 3?
Yeah, for a while.
For a while.
Whenever Goonjar wasn't on Envious, he was on Team Kaliber too.
And yeah,
I'm gonna say I'm pretty sure it's Theory actually.
It's no. I'm pretty sure. Now hold on. Now see, I thought I was testing your knowledge.
It's close. 100%.
It's Sharp as the backbone.
It's Theory. It's either Theory or Sharp. 100%. It's one of those two at least.
It's Sharp. And you owe me. You don't even have any Oreos in there. That is true. See, remember Theory went the phase ready?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I remember that. But he also was like under TK for like the entirety of Black Ops 3, the entirety of, I guess, Infinite Warfare.
Wasn't Sharp as well?
No. Sharp was not. Sharp retired.
Hey, look, man. Hey, look, producer.
We're having like personal conversations.
I really
right now,
feel Sharp was, and I'm testing your knowledge. You're not testing mine, but you are testing mine. And now I'm like, well, dang it, am I wrong? But my old age sometimes gets to me. But, you know, it is what it is. Maven gives me faith to continue going.
It's true.
It is true.
Shout out to Maven.
By the way, great commentator, I want to say. He really, truly is. But this is a series, is it not? I mean, we're getting deep into this tournament.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving what I'm seeing. And guys in the chat, let me know who you think is going to take at least this next Search and Destroy. Don't even predict the whole series. I'm not even asking that from you. But this next Search and Destroy on Sovereign between Nation and Kaliber, I want to know your predictions. Of course, I have chat right in front of me. I don't always respond to it. Actually, I haven't ever been responding it.
Can I respond to someone in chat actually really quick?
Please.
I actually just saw Eggs. Mr. Patrick Price. Can I even speak? Mr. Patrick Price in the chat right now. Okay. Shout out to Eggs. Fortunately, was eliminated, but at least he can kind of digress back and realize he's on a new Envious squad.
He
just went from EG to Envy, same roster, except adding Hook to the team. Whew,
Monstrosity.
That's going to be very fun to watch.
What's that word you said at the beginning of the cast?
Dematerialization.
That is exactly what they're going to do to the competition.
I'm sorry, Chad.
Dematerialization.
I've said that 40 times. I said it once. I said it one time. I've been asked to say it every other time.
And I genuinely ask you because I keep forgetting what it is. By the way, great fly-throughs there. I want you to know KiLLa production team, KiLLa producer, made this.
He did.
And it took
made everything
a couple of days. But shout out to him for all the graphics and everything that is what you are seeing on the screens. Of course, shout out to Hitch as well. But here we are. We got the game just about to be underway. As long as everybody joins the right team, we are going to be going at it. And it looks like our boys at Nation are going to be on the offensive side first. And let's see how they'll do, Landon.
Indeed we will. It will be Miracles picking up that bomb, putting it on his back, and look to maybe throw a few of those stunts, a few of those bits of equipment inside of map room. Those off the break, having an opportunity to spot someone. Looks like it is going to be Miracles, though, who comes in with the second kill of the round, having two of his teammates get expired just before that. However, 2v2, Sharp rushes into map room to take down one, and now it's going to be Ricky left all by himself up against Sharp and Neslo, who are just above him.
See Ricky clutch before. Unfortunately, not going to happen in this situation. Sharp with a great kill, and that's what Kaliber needed. They're going to be up 1-0 currently. Looking pretty good, of course. They need to kind of tie up this series before it gets a little out of hand. But Nation looking so incredibly strong. Of course, going to the offensive side is going to be the team of Kaliber, and they're going to be off the break. We'll see how they're going to do. Let's get on board. Let's get on board with Sharp, who's never disappointed me in the past, as he's been slaying out at least during the not only the dominations, but also the search and destroys. Let's see what he's got in his back pocket.
Yep. See if Sharp can try to spot someone for potentially the first blood, but it looks like it will be Goonjar who finds that one. A quick rush onto the A-bomb side as the bomb actually has been dropped, funny enough. The objective being clutched off the ground, but it looks like KiLLa yet again. Headshot there onto Loony. That should break the entire setup from Kaliber, as you're going to see Sharp and Goonjar have to reference back. The nice kill yet again coming in from KiLLa, watching every single angle. 2-1 and could literally be 3-1 if Sharp gets super unfortunate timing, but man.
I did say Sharp was the guy to watch.
He did.
And unfortunately gets taken out. But that's a great response from Nation.
For sure.
To tie this up. Ricky looking pretty good. 3-1 himself.
I do respect Kaliber, though, for making an offside hit off the break. However, though, for some reason, KiLLa was super ready for that. That's one thing you have to be worried about is, like, the way that KiLLa's playing right now, he can hold the lane down by himself, especially with – you talk about like a certain head glitch, especially with that Remington in his hands. Right. He can hold down the entire lane by himself, and that's what Kaliber ran into there in that situation.
Well, I mean, he's been playing, 2v2 S&Ds for a little bit now. At least he's been streaming. He's on a stream grind, and it's obviously paying off. His angles are pristine. His shots, I mean, really, he's looking extremely good. Miracles with a nice kill on Neslo to give him the man advantage of a 4v3, and of course he's going to be going underground. But bomb not planted yet. Still a minute in. Let's see how it goes.
Looks like MBoZe bomb in hand. Neslo falls, and this could be their opportunity actually to rush on the A-bomb site. Kind of copying strats from the opposite team as KiLLa does get dropped. Goonjar on a flank, and MBoZe should be aware of it. Bomb planted, and it looks like they're going to focus their attention toward B-Dom. Every angle watched, but not the one that just happens toward one angle. I'm not sure why Ricky wasn't looking toward that perspective, but his teammates are quickly dropping. He's wondering what just happened to my teammates. 1v3, and he gets taken down. Taylor.
Yeah.
You gave him credit. You told, watch out for Sharp.
Yeah.
He's 4-1, about to have a defuse to add to his play up to this point, and that's going to be a second round for Kaliber locked in the books.
Not looking too bad. Yeah, Sharp's doing pretty good. 4-1, obviously. 2-1 is the score overall, and MBoZe still 0-2, and I know what the last search and destroy that he played in, he was 007, so hopefully
he does have a plant though, so he's not.
He does have a plant,
fully back,
but I don't count that. Okay, I only count KDs. So hopefully MBoZe can step it up. We'll give him some stream love, see if maybe he can get through and maybe prosper and get an elimination. Let's give him some stream love and see what's happening. Of course,
he's a great search and destroy player.
He is. And look, I give him credit. He's absolutely good. And of course, I don't know how much he's been grinding, but for how he's playing, he's been playing great. Here's his opportunity. Oh, and the COD timing, he just spots the player and unfortunately goes the other way. I guess he didn't get the line of sight, but it's looking like at this point, Kaliber, they're setting up on this B bomb site pretty well.
There are indeed miracles on a full flank. Sniper not going to expect it. Loony gets taken down, and another opponent could as well. MBoZe able to fire through with his first kill of the game. And now we find ourselves at a 2 versus 4. Kaliber not having the man advantage, but Sharp trying to even it out.
MBoZe on your screen, already got a kill, as you said. Very good. Player up ahead.
Nice
a great
win.
kill on Sharp, and that's going to be Neslo now in a 1v3 situation, all alone. Hasn't got a kill himself as of yet, but he does have the bomb, and he looks like he's clear to plant. Of course, only 5 seconds to plant, 7.5 to defuse. He gets to plant out. Player straight ahead at the B dom site, and unfortunately, that's going to be Ricky for taking out Neslo, and that is going to be a tied-up score. Once again, 2-2. Both teams trading back and forth. We got a really good match here, Landon.
We do, and usually, like, after, I don't know, like, what, 3, 4, maybe 5 rounds, you can start to kind of tell how the rest of the Search and Destroy is going to pan out.
Exactly.
Of course, we're at 2 up right now. It's very fair to say, and not to, like, use the typical caster curse, or the typical caster term, rather.
Sure.
Round 11 is very evident, and like I said, it's very easy to kind of tell, especially after the initial rounds have kind of taken place, to see how well the teams are playing. But at least so far, it's looking as if we could have a very solid rest of our Search and Destroy game. And like I said, man, Nation's going to have quite a bit of I can see morale, like a big boost after that first domination win. They really destroyed Kaliber, and it was like a last-ditch effort for Kaliber to try to make something happen, but it was the KiLLa show. It was the Ricky show. They were destroying. And we'll see if Loony can have somewhat of a presence when it comes down to this round, trying to destroy as much of that momentum as he possibly can, but not spotting anyone as of yet.
Loony thought he had a great line of sights. Figured he was going to take a shot. Unfortunately, I don't think he was able to see just yet. Of course, the Oracle mode tricking me up just a little bit. Goonjar on your screen, playing pretty aggressive. He's going to be maintaining that B bomb site, and he's going to be rotating through as Sharp has a player just below him as well. 35 seconds remaining, so at this point, Nation needs to get the work, and it looks like they're starting to do so. Sharp taken out by KiLLa. KiLLa gets yet another kill there on Goonjar to get them the man advantage. Bomb in the hands of MBoZe. He's planting it. It goes down. Ricky gets taken out. Now it's MBoZe and KiLLa going against Neslo, and Loony as another kill is going to be dropped. Loony last alive, and he does have the sniper, and I believe a pistol as a secondary. Not what you want, especially pushing into the B bomb site. We'll see if he can make something happen, but he's already been spotted, and KiLLa picks up his 3rd kill of this round to put him 5-3, and it was the KiLLa show, definitely so, as now they're going to be up 3-2 in the series.
Yeah, Loony could really only be a threat from afar, and once the bomb goes down, he's kind of in an awkward spot. Losing his teammates is really what Loony can't really do in that situation. He's only strong whenever he has teammates to kind of support around him, and of course, he's going to go and swap to that Vector. Could act as a sniper rifle sometimes.
It absolutely
with how
does.
strong it can be, right?
Sure.
But Neslo going to be handed the objective for this round. Not having the strongest of games as he or Loony up to this point, but the sniper's not seeing anyone. It's hard to spot and really kind of get going. But as Loony's dropped for the first blood yet again, this is just very hard to watch right now from Kaliber, honestly, because we're constantly seeing first bloods go down, and it's on the offensive team. It makes their life so much harder, especially when you're on a map that's so one-sided when it comes down to bomb placements, which of course is going to be B.
And you talk about the first blood. What about the second as well? Goonjar goes down. Now it's going to be Sharp and Neslo trying to make some magic happen. Neslo, bomb in hand, last alive, getting pushed in B, and there it is. So Neslo is able to take out Miracles now. Of course, what can you do? You're in a tough situation there.
Yeah.
All those lines of sights, and you know you're going to get taken out. And that's a good round for the Team of Nation. Tied up once again 3-3. No, excuse me. It's 4-2 now. They're going to take over. So 4-2 now for Nation. So they're starting to take off just a little bit. Now, mind you.
You're going to bring it up?
You go for it.
No, I mean, hey. Like I said, Nation was up in this exact situation to OG earlier. One of the last series, they were up 4-0. Was a different map, but OG came back and won 6 rounds in a row. Of course, it's a much different situation. It's actually a lot better, I guess, than that. And if you were to compare for Kaliber in this spot, but hey, we'll see what it goes down.
KiLLa controlling the shots. Thought he was going to take off Miracle's head there, but luckily not doing so. Loony, who's been the first blood in a couple of rounds, he's going to be tagged up just a little bit, but he's going to be all right up in this B-bomb section. Miracle's on your screen now. wanting to push up just a little bit, but of course they play this dance up until about 45, 30 seconds hits, and then all chaos just ensues. As Miracles, nobody home just yet, bomb in hand, and he's wanting to get there and plant it. Of course, he's going to be free if he does so. As KiLLa Miracles,
wow,
last up, big kill, and there it is. Loony goes down. First blood, at least for this point, for Kaliber.
Took them a while, but at least they've got a few on the board, but KiLLa from long range. Not one that you have to face off against. Unfortunate timing for him as he starts to pull the clip off the nade, and just as he does that, he will quickly fall, and same thing with his duo, Miracles, as that's now going to be 4 rounds to 3. Still in favor of Nation, but a much-needed one. If you are a fan of Kaliber, we talked about how much they were dominated in Game 1, of course. That one was on Freight, and it'd be great. No, it's not trying to rhyme there. But it'd be great, really, if Kaliber could try to force something back. If they could get some momentum back under themselves, not have a 0-2 scoreline and having to see a Game 5, especially versus this Nation squad. So these rounds very pivotal for this team, especially being a losers round match, as they realize the strategies are going to be very important. It looks like we're going to be seeing a full-on force toward the A site. You'd like to expect it's probably a very solid assault rifle player in the back lines. It's going to be KiLLa finding the second blood of the game, continuing to be a nuisance. However, he does get silenced. Goonjar with the Vector does take down one, and now it's going to be a 1 versus 2, all up to Sharp.
Well, let's see what Sharp can do. Let's get on board with his perspective. This is going to be a big round, of course. You don't want to be 5-3 with the potential of losing and being down 0-2 in the series. Especially knowing it's losers. You could be knocked out. We'll see how Sharp's going to be able to do. Get some hit markers on the player below, but unfortunately not able to get the full elimination, and that's going to be a very testy situation. Of course, MBoZe and Miracles knows where the bomb is at, and it's going to be one of them camping that bomb site. Sharp trying to make anything happen. He's going to rotate through B-Dom. It absolutely could. He'll be on the flank, but that player might push through and be on Sharp's flank, so he's got to watch out. But smart moves, looking straight at him. Sharp's got to connect enough. Not able to do so. Spots the other player.
Wow.
Now has to reload. At this point, he has no time to get the bomb and plant. He's got to get the kills, and they were lined up. And MBoZe, though, is able to pick up Sharp. As the two-piece is not going to happen. Now 5-3 is going to be the score. Nation 1 round away from being 2-0 in this series. Kaliber need to make something happen. They need to win the next 3 rounds straight. It's definitely possible, but not with the way Nation has been playing. MBoZe has stepped it up quite a bit. He's 8-3, 2 plants. Definitely the MVP of this round.
That's for sure, and we'll see what he can try to do in this round number 9. He's on the board with Kaliber, the team who needs to make their presence known, as Goonjar absolutely does so. Knifes his way through the window and gets greeted with a few shots from the opposite side of the map as TK look to try to reset themselves and need to find that first pick. That'd be crucial for Kaliber at this point in the game. In this particular round, being on defense, get this one under wraps, try to refocus for the next round, because you should take your defenses, especially when it comes down to a map like Sovereign. However, Goonjar lingering through mid continues to have constant damage initiated to him.
Well, guys in chat, let us know. It's now a 4v3. Will the team of Kaliber be able to make this comeback within 35 seconds? They're on the defense. Goonjar, unfortunately, has a player behind him. Now it's going to be a 4v2. Sharp and Neslo trying to make something happen. Neslo starting us off. But Sharp last alive, and unfortunately he goes down. And just as I was trying to get it started, it goes, and it is now completely over. 6-3 final score. 2-0 up now for the men of Nation. Looking so strong. Looking to close Kaliber out of this tournament. It's definitely going to be possible, but I got to say, Nation is playing like a world-class team at this point, and they are looking so incredibly strong.
And I would say, too, like, for Nation at this point, as long as they have someone to go off with KiLLa, they're looking pretty good, because it seems as if KiLLa, at least in the AR category for certain maps, is holding down lanes. He's locking down flags by himself. As long as he just has another player to kind of keep up the same pace from round to round with him, which can be Ricky at certain points, and Search and Destroy. It's been MBoZe in this last game, finishing off 9-3. As long as he has somebody with him, they don't look like they're slowing down anytime soon. And they're going to obviously head into this Freight Blitz being up 2-0. This is a very scary Nation team, because so far they have taken out, let's see, Nation has taken out Business. They've taken down Wanted in Game 5, I believe.
Which that was a good team as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Business too. You predicted Business to be in the finals.
I predicted Business in the grand finals.
In the grand finals
versus
against Complex,
and they both lost before winners round, or they lost until losers round 2, which is pretty unfortunate. But I believe actually, shout out to RG Stats, by the way. We want to go ahead and show you guys the top 5 KD so far throughout our Ghost Invitational tournament today. Taking a look at, you could argue, some MVPs on the screen right now. Of course, take a look at the bottom right. Shout out to RG, of course, on Twitter. But look at that, man. KiLLa, 1.33. Goonjar with a 1.31. TCM actually playing under the Envy banner for this tournament at a 1.28. And, of course, 2 guys who have been unfortunately eliminated in our last round, Scump and Crum6 there at the bottom to round out 4th and 5th. But, man, wow, it's crazy to see these names back on the scoreboard. It's kind of showing back some memories a little bit.
I love it. I love it. I really do. And I got to tell you, KiLLa, for as much as I love him, I didn't expect him to be this high up. To be one of the best, or at least the best currently KDs in this tournament is blowing my mind. He's doing so incredibly well, and I expect him to continue to do so throughout this tournament. But like you said, if they get anyone to match what KiLLa's doing, just those 2 alone can just run through teams. And, of course, going into Blitz on Freight, it's going to be crazy. Ooh, less than 2 minutes, and we're already back. Nation versus Kaliber. This could be Kaliber's final moment in this tournament if they can't lock down this Blitz Freight. And Ricky already starting up with the shenanigans. He's underground, looking to be that sneaky beaver. Let's see how far he'll get, Landon.
Indeed, we will, of course, opens the gate, and it's going to give at least a little bit of word to nobody. Why? Because there's actually no one around that portion of the map. That would be a problem if there were players in that particular situation. But, of course, as he fires through with the first cap, the opposite team does the exact same. Within 30 seconds, we've got 2 caps on the board, and Neslo literally just high steps past somebody for the short time. However, MBoZe is not going to allow that to take place. Goonjar doing what he can in the opponent's defensive side, but it looks like for the time being, looks like both bases are going to be clear. However, just as I say that, Nation making a quick rush and it's TK.
Where Loony's at, I don't disagree with it. You don't want the enemy team to get control of top white. You do, then they can, of course, get that spawn trap, and then they can start just rotating flags or rotating caps back and forth. So Loony staying there is good. Of course, he does get taken out, but here's KiLLa on your screen again. We talked about it. If he starts heating up, the enemy team is going to have a big issue. He's going to be locking down this right lane. We already see 3-1 currently as Nation is leading the way. MBoZe's trying to sneak by, not able to do so. KiLLa on your screen, making even more progress towards that portal. And it looks like he could get in there. Of course, a 10-second cooldown. And he's going to go ahead and take over this backside section. He's trying to go for a spawn trap.
He is indeed, of course. Team's got the advantage. Might as well just kind of chill on the opponent's base as long as you're kind of freeing up for captures. But I like this play, actually. Miracle's the only person on defense. As long as he takes in a few players, we're going to go ahead and see that reference can actually come through there from KiLLa. The overextension comes through, and just like that, even scores as ON, a.k.a. Nation, are totally fine with that being the case. As long as they're trading, that means that they're still at the forefront. They're still in the lead, but just as Goonjar and Neslo fire with 2 kills, that's actually going to be a camp coming in from Kaliber as well. And Loony, 1v1, actually in certain situations could maybe use Trigger Discipline to stay alive here. This could be a huge play coming in from this man of Kaliber.
Yes.
Managed to get it through, and just like that, 2-point game.
You know, that's just really a testament of just trigger discipline. You don't want to shoot, right? Because it's more beneficial to be sneaky. You don't need to get the kills. You just need to get the capture. He hangs back and gets it. And Goonjar trying the same thing, but unfortunately he's forced to fight and gets 1 kill, but not able to get the second one, as now we're doing a little reset. Loony trying to stop the push, at least center. He's not going to be able to do so, as MBoZe now is going to be progressing towards that that portal. A lot could be happening here, but already 6-4, a high-scoring game as it is, and we just passed the halfway point.
We did. KiLLa tries to take a little peek up toward red as that near kill comes through. It at least distracts the opponents enough. Along for Ricky to score that one in. Now 7-4, 2-minute warning of our first half. And Miracles continue to light things up. 9-7. We talked about for Nation. They need someone. As long as someone is there with KiLLa, they're going to have a strong match in every single game they load into. And right now, I talked about for Kaliber, along with Goonjar and Loony, they need someone else. Loony not having the strongest of games, and neither is Sharp. Right now, 4-7. Thankfully finds a big kill there onto Ricky, but to no avail. Needs to have more impactful moments in order to allow Kaliber to stay alive, but just like that, gets 2 in a row, and that's going to free up Loony to find one on the flank. That's what Sharp really has to do in this game, Taylor, in order for them to make a comeback, at least in this particular map.
I like it. Loony up top, mowing the players down, trying to give a little leeway for his team to come through and maybe start rotating some captures. But Neslo, of course, trying to make the best of this bad side, pushing forward. Not going for the capture as of yet, trying to get the eliminations, and there it is, 7-5 as he gets one. And now he's going to be on the defense as Nation has slowed down quite a bit. You know, off the beginning, at least within the first minute and a half, they had 6 total captures. And now within the past at least, 2.5 minutes or so, they've only managed to get one more after that, showing Kaliber starting to get the play style down, starting to see how Nation is reacting and how they're playing, and they're shutting it down. Great stuff on their part. Loony doing a great job in this center section, locking it down overall. And at this point, I think both sides are okay. If they don't get another capture, if they do, great. But they kind of just want to keep it stagnant. 7-5 Kaliber, they want that good side.
Goonjar very, very close. Nearly the knife to the heart of the opponent, but the capture will do. I'm going to point out something really quickly as well, as the final seconds will tick away throughout this first half. No buzzer beater captures are going to make their way through, it seems. But keep in mind, the scoreboard right now for Ricky.
Yep.
7-9, but has 4 captures, right? More captures than his 3 teammates combined. Yet it doesn't matter for him. And that's what I love about Ricky. You could argue, along with KiLLa's presence, along with Miracle's and MBoZe's presence at times, Ricky realizes, hey, all right, Miracle's, BoZe are playing well along with consistent KiLLa. That's awesome. I'm going to focus on the objective. And that's exactly, like I said, he does what the team needs him to do, and that's the reason why Nation, like I said, is a well-oiled machine. They are willing to go at all fronts, and like I said, every team could use a Ricky. And this goes to show exactly why that's the case. If they need him to slay, he will do it. If they need him to do the objective, he'll do it.
He's doing exactly that. There's no reason why he doesn't score at this point to bring it 8-6, and there it is. Slides into the DMs, and that's going to be good. We'll see if Kaliber is going to be able to react to that. Of course, there it is. 8-7, already bringing it back. Now, my prediction for this match, Kaliber is going to come back, and they're going to take this, and I'll tell you why. They managed to keep the score 7-6 within the first section on the side that's not favored. Now they have the more favorable side where you can get that white spawn trap. And then, of course, if they are able to lock that down, they're going to take it. So the fact on the bad side they were able to keep it so incredibly close shows me Kaliber on this map, Blitz Freight, could, in fact, take it, and I think they will.
Yeah, back and forth we go. 3 go down for Nation. And Ricky, one of the last lines of defense, have to be aware of their spot, in fact, and even their flank as well. A huge pinch coming through right now for TK.
What
Ricky
a shot.
rips Goonjar off the heady, but regardless of that, the capture comes in. And like you said, Taylor, TK looking very, very strong on this second side. It looks like a totally different roster right now.
Yeah, and like I said, this is the more favored side, and the fact that they played so well on that other side just comes to show me how good they are, and there it is. It's just going to be a capture spree. It's much like what you're going to see, what you saw at least earlier. They're just going to keep trading back and forth, but at this rate, Kaliber's looking strong. At this point, Nation needs to shut the team down. Start controlling those lanes. That's what KiLLa was good for, and that's what I told you. KiLLa needs to start getting those lanes in the beginning. If Kaliber can shut that down, they're going to have a hard time. As I say that, though, Nation answering back 11-12.
Yeah.
It's going to be the overall score.
Looks like right now Miracle's on our screen watching just above. Takes down 2 as if he knew exactly where they were. However, Neslo manages to stay alive. It's back and forth we go. A 1-point game advantage right now for Kaliber, and MBoZe on the flank. Nearly takes down 1, just trying to be a nuisance in the opponent. Looks like they are going to be holding on pretty strong. MBoZe gets the call, gets the green light, and here he goes for the rush. Nearly makes it in, and just like that, the slide comes through, and we're all level now at 12.
Definitely so, Nation fighting back. We're almost at a halfway point, and KiLLa is on your screen. Sharp now, of course, getting taken out. Goonjar, phenomenal kill too. Goonjar still keeping that play consistent. He's been doing so well throughout this tournament. He's sitting at 23-17, and I'm loving what I'm seeing. And in fact, I wouldn't mind a listening if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. Yeah, production, let me know. I know last time we had an issue getting onto TK, but I want to hear what TK's saying. Oh, Nation? All right, well, let's go ahead and get a listening with Nation and see if they have what it takes to come back.
Back right. I gotta win that, dude.
Only down 2, 3. We gotta just win some damn gunfights.
I think one other side.
Let's go.
Nice. More maybe our owns.
I don't see anyone in front. I don't see anyone beat Dom.
Closing around
white
door.
right now. Yeah,
Watch this pinch.
White dead.
Top dead.
Nice,
Got
man.
it.
Far red.
One's in our spawn. One's in our spawn. Back red. He's hitting it quick right here. Yep.
I got with me.
Last guy log.
Might be a different guy. I don't know.
That's last guy. 3 dead.
Dead. Let's go.
Four.
Good
No,
job, Marcus. Way to play,
take your time here.
One
One spawn trap.
Dude, fuck. Oh, damn it. All right.
Great.
Yeah, no. Back mid and mid. All right, one is great stuff. Yeah.
Grace is one shot. Go red. Get like that red train cross.
Nice, let's go.
White,
Let's go. White, push it out.
He's wallbanging me. Dude, he just wallbanged me through the game.
Got him. 3.
Nice,
Open
Rick,
that
good
door.
job.
Open that door.
That front fucking door, man.
Hold up, I'm in there,
Yeah,
man.
Play your
he's
life,
in the
Rick.
right
Play your
corner.
life. Play your life.
He's seen me, dude.
Good try,
Two
good try.
hit that door. Two hitting that door.
Let's go. We can do this right here.
Red train. Get ready. 2. Let's go.
Nice,
Oh,
dude.
wait,
Perfect.
nice.
Let's go.
Mid-alley, I think.
No, far away.
All right, get the cross. Get the cross.
Got me.
I'll get this guy
Nice.
red.
Here's the cross.
Cross.
Nice.
Nice.
Hey,
Rick,
Rick, way to play, Rick.
Loony.
Oh, you got a cap? Alright,
Got a
one's in our
cap,
base,
let's
so
go.
we gotta get
Yeah,
this. Watch
try
the
to stop
door.
this
Watch
guy.
the door.
Slide in. Slide in. Stop him.
You gotta stop this kid. You can't.
Oh, I didn't know you were talking to me. My bad. ASD 2.
Good.
Top weight. He's just holding the cross.
I got him.
Top weight.
Craig,
One shot. Top weight.
Top white's one shot dead.
Log. He's holding the cross probably.
Not flanking. He's not
So we only
flanking.
need 2. Let's go. We got 10 seconds.
30 seconds remaining, and it's a close one. Still possible for Nation to make this comeback, but you heard the communication. Yeah, they were talking it out, but I heard a little bit of frustration in their voices as well as Kaliber's starting to heat up, and they don't know how to counteract that. As the time is dwindling away, I don't think it's going to happen, as Kaliber, like I predicted, is in fact going to take this side, and I knew they could. On the unfavored side, they still managed to keep it close. Now they got the good side, and they come through, and this was a big win. Why? Because now they're still in the tournament. Series score is going to be 2-1, and we are going to see yet another domination, and I'm excited to see how it's going to go down. Of course, that first domination was a good one, but Nation took it 167 to 139. But as this round clears up, look at Goonjar landing 34-22. Loony with 7 total captures himself, 5 and 4 for both Neslo and Sharp. And I got to tell you, the whole team performed incredibly well in that second half, and that's what took it.
Like, I don't think I've seen Goonjar have a bad map, let alone a bad series. Like,
This
he
whole
has
tournament,
been
yeah.
a one-man wrecking crew, of course, along with KiLLa that we've been talking about countless times. But yeah, man, when Kaliber needs to the most, they're able to respond back in a fashion like that. But I'm excited to see I'm excited to see obviously another domination come through. Of course, this one's going to be on OCTANE, which to me gets even more exciting, right? Because I think I got to watch TK play this a little bit earlier on in the tournament. And they destroyed whoever they were playing against. And it was Goonjar, of course, who was dominating. But the reason why he was is because we talked about OCTANE. This is a map for assault rifle players. It's not uncommon at all to see 2 ARs, one of them maybe even having a thermal as an attachment too. So I'm expecting to see big things from AR players. And those 2 guys have been having strong performances, having KiLLa who runs an AR, and Goonjar from the other side who also has an AR. So I'm expecting those guys to drop 30-plus kills apiece.
Of course, OCTANE domination coming up. You heard what Landon had to say. Now I want to hear what you guys have to say. Going into this next round, you've already seen at least a couple of matches, but do you think Nation is going to close out this series after winning this next one, or do you think Kaliber is going to tie it up 2-2 to force a tiebreaker for Search and Destroy Warhawk? Let me know in the chat. Of course, we'll get to see that and a lot more exciting action still to come your way. But we're hanging out here for this throwback tournament. Got to give a shout out to Hitch, of course, for putting this on. And man, this has been
It's a blast.
a blast from the past. It's been great.
It has been, man.
It's
been a ton of fun. Like, I think I said at the beginning of the tournament, like, I have been able to mark off so many things from my casting bucket list, especially in esports history, like casting over, 3/4 of the old OG team back from GOES, getting able to even have an opportunity to watch the Complexity team again, let alone to cast over them again. It's been a ton of fun, and even getting to watch we got Nation and Kaliber facing off against each other as well. This has been an experience. It's been awesome to see, and I can't wait to watch how the rest of the matches progress on through the night, because we've got the rest of losers round 3 here between Nation and Kaliber. Winner of this one plays against Wanted.
Yep.
The winner of that faces off against the Codfather himself, the boys in blue, led by Rambo Ray. I don't know how
Kind of quite a bit.
in such commanding fashion, but
I didn't expect it.
It's been crazy.
I'm going to be honest. Look, I wasn't a Rambo doubter, but I didn't expect them to make it as far as they did.
Look, okay, let's be honest, right?
Well, I heard what you guys said.
We were being straight up. Like, okay, let's keep in mind guys who are actively playing, guys who at least have played in the last few years. You can't really mark Rambo in either of those lists. However, I will say, I did say I was thinking Rambo definitely could provide this team, especially in Search and Destroy, and especially with the strats. However, he has done all three things. Those two things that I listed, along with being a consistent slayer throughout a lot of their series as well. Because we talk about, right, 3-0 versus, or excuse me, not 3-0 versus OG in the first game, 3-0 versus E-Girl Slayers in their first game. They go Game 5 versus Kaliber. However, their winners finals game, they 3-0 sweep Wanted. Like, especially in a winners finals game, you expect those to kind of get, you expect the tournament to get closer as it goes on.
Yep.
For Envy, that wasn't the case. Like, they've gone 9-2 in map count. That's insane so far.
Yeah, it's huge.
And then also holding the factor of being in winners for grand finals, you only have one series left. No matter who comes from losers facing off against Envy, you have to beat them not just once, but twice.
And not to mention, too, like, Envy already has a guaranteed $1,500 coming to them. Of course, this is just for bragging rights in general, but the fact that they're sitting there, I'm incredibly proud. But whoever wins this is moving on to play Wanted, and I have no idea how that's even going to go. But all I know is this OCTANE domination is going down, and it's going to be a good one. I'm extremely excited about it. Of course, just to refresh you guys, I said it a little bit before, but Nation won the first domination over Kaliber 167 to 139. And of course, the Search and Destroy was 1-6-3. So if anything, it goes without saying, I don't know who's going to be able to take this, but that B flag. If you get control of the B flag and you have control over top pawn or any of that, you're in a lot of trouble if you're the enemy team. And we'll see if they'll be able to do just that off the break. Let's go ahead and stay on board with Miracles, and we'll see how he's going to push forward. I'm assuming he's going to go through Strip, but then maybe go all the way through to kind of get those spawns knocked off for the Kaliber boys. But we'll see what he's going to be up to, just taking a little break. He's got to watch out for his back, though. There's going to be one sneaky player just behind him and already shut down. That's Loony taking him out.
I was going to say, Miracles made such a long jump, he probably just wanted to rest for a second. Jeez, that was a very long run, that's for sure. But at least off the break, it will be Kaliber with most of map control in their favor as flag does get captured. That's going to be a nice little thing. They can rely on. Neslo gets the nice little drop shot there onto KiLLa. Of course, before that, we end up seeing a nice little shot coming from Miracles as well. But strong presence being shown from either squad. But you talked about, Taylor, that B flag presence is so incredibly important. It's very difficult to actually get brought back to your squad.
Yes.
So with Kaliber already having that in their favor, it's a great start for their game. And Neslo also on the C flag too, being a nuisance back of the base, does get taken down by KiLLa. Just as I start to award him for that, KiLLa's like, nope. Nice try. Not going to happen.
And it's still okay, though, because he was being a nuisance in general, forcing KiLLa to rotate back because at least he touched the flag. But they got to be careful here. The AC split now in the hands of the Nation boys. They've done exactly what they needed to do. They got the neutralization on B, and now they can get to work and potentially start pushing forward. At this point, they're happy with that 18-21. Still very close indeed, of course. If you guys don't know,
for a trip cap, actually.
They did have a chance for a trip cap, and that would have been huge. But they didn't. And MBoZe, he's going to be on the B flag.
Wow, this is huge right now for Nation. If they're able to secure this.
And look at the spawn trap, mind you.
Yeah, they have a great setup right now. If they're able to kind of watch this side through Strip, you can kind of keep them back here. You have someone watching, especially through Broken, along with that opposite side shop area. You are a good position. And so just like that, I believe it will be Nation who holds on for that majority 2 cap for a while. And Miracle's looking to force the issue here on A.
See if he's going to be able to do so. I know there's a player ahead, but I believe there was also a player just behind him. And yes, it was, in fact, going to be Goonjar taking him out. But Ricky, he's going to go and get on that A flag. Maybe they'll be able to lock it down. Nation came back pretty strong, you know. If you guys don't know the point system, at least you get 1 point per 5 seconds of the flag that you have captured. So, of course, if you have 2, that's 2 points every 5 seconds that you're getting, and that's what Nation is currently getting. And they're looking incredibly strong. But I got to say, honestly, the biggest difference between them, well, really, there isn't much. You look at them, both teams have 4 captures.
Yeah.
It's been all about those rotation. That spawn trap on Strip was crucial.
I think it's been really all about the response that came in from Nation. And now, does TK have an answer themselves? But just like that, Goonjar Sharp combining for 3 kills. However, Ricky coming with, you could argue, the most crucial one. Just as I say that, Loony tops off the gunfight. And it looks like it will be Kaliber who should have control over this thanks to Loony's 3-piece. Goonjar adding to the 4th. Nation not having any response whatsoever. They can barely even get out of their initial kind of spawning area for the most part. My goodness, Nation just cut down, and that's a great thing to see if you are a Kaliber fan. Watch them take that B flag with just pure dominance, taking down constant waves of Nation players.
Liking what I'm seeing. Kaliber looking good, and we're going to be on board with Neslo to see what he's going to be up to. We talked about it. He started off strong throughout this tournament. Can he heat up again? It looks like he can. Fortunately, taking out his MBoZe, gets the two-piece on both Sharp and Neslo. Goonjar, top broken, overlooking B. They knock him down. Now Nation knows it's going to be their time to push forward for the B flag. There's going to be one on it at least. But Miracles, he's going to be trying to rotate around as another player is too to try and get that AC split. They did it before and it made it work. But man, a lot of chaos going down. Only 1 minute remaining on this side. But Kaliber looking to overtake the score once again. If MBoZe gets taken off of this, it's going to be huge. I believe he's got the neutralization. The trophy does, in fact, help him. Can he get the two-piece? No, he cannot. And he was just a hair away from locking down the C flag.
Oh, my gosh. Phenomenal play. I wouldn't have expected that to work any other type of situation, but great play there, obviously coming in from MBoZe. Kind of rocks the trophy and helps him stay alive for a little bit longer. But yes, Taylor, of course, the first 5 minutes starts to come to a close here, as it will be a not much of a lead for either side, to be honest with you. Miracles having somewhat of a presence through mid-map as he gets cut down. Same thing with Mr. Goonjar, but unfortunate little reload animation coming through from MBoZe. But it will be 2 flags currently at the advantage of Nation, as they're going to come into this second half with what, maybe 10, 12, 14, something along those lines.
Right.
That's some type of lead. Not one that's going to be that difficult to overcome, but one that's nice to have overall.
You know, if I'm Kaliber sitting in this position, I know that I'm going into the second half and I'm going to have a deficit, but I'm still happy with the performance, and there's still time for us to come back. They're not in any danger at this point. They're still looking good. We've seen them at least have some talented moments throughout this, of course, with the spawn trap. Seen Nation answer back, of course, with their own, but there's a lot of potential here still to come, and they're going to be on the second side, which might be their more favorite side. We'll see, but 83-73, only 10 points. Not too bad at all. Neslo, Goonjar still having a great game. Let's stay on board with Neslo's currently 16-11. We'll see if he'll be the aggressor, and it looks as though he will be. He's going to be pushing out, but hopefully he doesn't stop. Where we saw, what was it, Goonjar before just randomly, or I think it was maybe even Miracles, he just randomly stopped here, and he is in fact going to be stopping there. But unlike the last situation, nobody's coming behind him.
Yeah, I think the reason why Neslo kind of quickly checks that area is that it would be very awkward if someone made the initial run all the way through back strip, so kind of watching 2 normal lanes rather than an odd third. So definitely an interesting route that we're going to see quite a few players try to duplicate even throughout the rest of the tournament, but a very slow pace actually to the second half. 5 minutes as Goonjar does get dropped at the top of Pawn and bottom Pawn as well. Miracles, the duo, ends up getting taken out as well. But interesting pace right now that we're seeing. You kind of realize that each team realizes how important their numbers are to capture that B flag.
100%. High ground important as well. 2 down for Kaliber. Sharp pushing forward himself, and where Sharp's at currently, Nation's not going to be able to hop on the B flag. He'll be able to take him out. If he controls this, it almost looks like they're trying to threaten maybe a strip spawn trap. Not too sure. Goonjar, though, being the first one to kind of threaten that B, knowing this is a crucial kill, and he gets it. And now I think he's going to go ahead and hop on it. No, he's not. Knowing he's weak and stunned up, he'll be taken out. 4 down, and this is now Nation's opportunity. And this should be relatively easy for MBoZe to capture. More than halfway there. Will he be able to get it? Yes, he will, and that is a big loss on the Kaliber side. How are they going to respond?
Yeah, this is about their answer, their opportunity to bring it back in this game. And Nation, we talked about already having a 10-point advantage coming into the second half. Any more points, any more presence that they can have is only negatives for Kaliber in the long run. Of course, we do discuss if Nation were to win this game, Kaliber's eliminated, right? Kaliber is done, so they've got to force this Game 5, which already isn't going to be easy, especially against this talented Search and Destroy squad. But we talk about their Search and Destroy. Take a look at their domination, which is a perfect definition of their gameplay right now. 114-86 for a moment. 3, 4 Kaliber players down. Just as I say that, it looks like KiLLa and Miracles start to fall through mid-map. Goonjar beginning to heat up, trying to find as many kills as he possibly can, realizing that the likelihood of them progressing on to the next round starts to look less and less likely.
To put it in perspective, Kaliber wants to make this comeback now at least just over 30 points. They need a triple cap, and they need to hold it for a complete minute in order for them to make this comeback to take the lead over the Nation boys. So it's definitely looking grim for Kaliber, and they might be knocked out of this tournament. They can't step it up soon. As I say that, 3 go down. Loony last up, and again another 2 down as we're starting to see the boys slay out And Landon,
Wow.
they've got that strip spawn. You're going to notice KiLLa. It's just basically, it's like a shooting range. He was just going in. Ricky as well.
Like,
and
KiLLa is averaging at least 2 players per life almost.
Well,
like,
we talked about it, right? He's #1 in this tournament for KD.
Yeah, and like even on Octane as well, we talk about how long of a run you have to make on this map. Well, KiLLa's finding at least 2 players per life. That's absurd for the opposition because, like, we talk about how important numbers are for domination and how far you have to run on Octane. Like, this is so crucial. The way that KiLLa is playing, he has been Mr. Consistent for Nation, and he's absolutely the reason why they're probably going to take this series as well versus Kaliber.
Mind you, he's at 32. He's literally 8 kills away from a 40 bomb.
Yeah, man.
Have we seen a 40 bomb in this tournament? I don't think we have.
I think Goonjar's got very close.
Goonjar's gotten very close, but
I don't
think
believe
we've
on
seen
broadcast we have, no.
So, I mean, you're talking about potential, and they're hosting a game. Now, various reasons they could have done this. There could have been an issue, or they knew it was mathematically
Maybe it was
impossible. They just want to get it. It probably because it's mathematically impossible at this point, and they knew that. So, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and say that the team of Nation is going to be moving on in the tournament. I'm confident to say that. Pretty sure there's not a restart. Anything could happen, though. It's Call of Duty, right? But Nation, I'm almost certain, is in fact going to be moving on in the tournament. And, man, look at that. 32 and 18 for KiLLa. You talk about a dominating performance.
Yeah.
I love what I'm seeing.
It's crazy, man. Like, every game, it's not just like, oh, you know, he's having a series, oh, he's having a map. He's having a tournament. Like, he is lighting it up. And I don't know if it's just recent internet upgrades, if it's just presence of mind, practice coming into this tournament, any of those factors, maybe all of them coming in at one time. But like I said, man, KiLLa is having one heck of an online tournament. And like I said, man, he's the reason why Nation's succeeding right now. They have KiLLa, Mr. Consistent. They have MiRx and MBoZe. As long as one of them's playing decent, they have a good chance, right? And then also they have Rookie. If MBoZe or MiRx are having an issue, Ricky's going to step in and slang. And if they're playing well, then Ricky's going to hop in the objective. So it's like they are a very well-organized roster, and it's almost like if you're going to take them down, you have to rely on either consistently knocking out KiLLa or making sure that no matter what Ricky's role is, that you're trying to eliminate him as well. Because if you're not taking down both those guys, kind of ruining their mojo, it's not that it's impossible to take them down, but they're great at search and destroy. They're looking pretty good at domination, and I can't remember a whole lot of blitzes that they've lost so far throughout this tournament. Also, like, they're looking great, and I'm really worried for Wanted when it comes down to the series. We haven't really been able to watch this squad too much, of course, off a 3-0 loss from Envy a few hours ago, but still, I believe they actually did play earlier on in the tournament. If my mind serves me correct, when it was winners round 2, and I think that it was Wanted who actually took down Nation in Game 5. So pretty crazy stuff. We're actually going to see a rematch here, but I don't know, man. This is a different team of Nation right now. I think from winners round 2 now to losers finals, KiLLa's playing better. MBoZe, Ricky, all those guys are playing so much stronger than they did in the winners bracket at the start.
And correct me if I'm wrong, production. We're going to the losers finals, right? So this will in fact be Nation going against Wanted in the losers finals. So it's definitely getting intense. And of course, whoever wins that is going to be moving on to play Envy in the finals. So, man, it's only going to get crazier from here. But of course, this is the money match. Whoever loses, or excuse me, I believe they're all in the money at this point. Yeah. So 500 top three. So
with that win from Nation. Yeah.
So, hey, loser gets $500 either way, but of course the winner gets a $1,000 increase in total prize. They're going to get $1,500. Of course, the winner of the tournament in general will get $3,000 overall. So a lot riding on the line. But hey, Nation Wanted. Who do you think is going to take it? Let us know in the chat. Of course, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. But when we come back, losers finals, Nation going against Team Wanted.